This retelling draws from Scripture and reflects one perspective on the passage discussed. Different traditions and scholars read these passages in different ways. We encourage you to read the full passage yourself and reach your own understanding. In the world of popular phrases often linked to Scripture, one that stands out is "cleanliness is next to godliness." Many attribute this saying to the Bible, yet it does not actually appear in any canonical text. Instead, the origins of this phrase can be traced back to a work by the English poet John Wesley in the 18th century, reflecting a sentiment rather than a direct biblical citation. The true relationship between cleanliness and spirituality can be explored through various biblical passages that touch on the importance of purity and holiness. For example, in the Old Testament, ceremonial cleanliness is emphasized, particularly in the laws given to the Israelites. Leviticus, a book filled with guidelines for worship and community life, discusses the rituals associated with being clean and unclean, emphasizing not only physical cleanliness, but also moral and spiritual purity. These practices underscore an understanding that physical and spiritual conditions are interconnected. While the saying may not be scriptural, the Bible does convey that living a life of integrity and righteousness often translates to a life that is clean in both a literal and metaphorical sense. Furthermore, James 1:27 speaks about pure religion as caring for orphans and widows, hinting that the essence lies in actions that reflect one's inward state of heart and mind. The significance of this understanding reminds us that, while the phrase "cleanliness is next to godliness" may not be found in Scripture, it parallels biblical principles, suggesting that a pure life can lead to spiritual fulfillment. This idea encourages believers to consider that their external actions can reflect an internal devotion. Many scholars conclude that striving for purity, whether physically or morally, fosters a closer relationship with the divine. In reflection, this phrase might inspire us to think more deeply about how our habits, both physical and spiritual, influence our walk in faith. It suggests that cleanliness, in its broader sense, could be an expression of one's dedication to living a life aligned with godly principles.